Hi, this is Denise Fitzsimmons with CreateAlong.com. Wondering what to do with your Egyptian box that you got last month? Here is a really fun and useful tutorial, my Egyptian box mini journal and bookmark. Come along and see what it's all about. For this project, you will need the following Egyptian box items: the silkscreen, the stamps, the stencil, the large wooden cartouche, and the gold mica powder. The other supplies and tools that you need are gold and black clay of your choice, turquoise acrylic paint or gilder's paste, the CreateAlong.com squeegee tool or whatever tool you use, Bacon Bond or clear liquid clay, your favorite sealer, some ribbon or cord, a blade, a knife, and a hand drill, of course your pasta machine or roller. You'll need a little mini journal, and your favorite glue. I used Gorilla Glue. Roll out your gold and black clay on the thickest setting of your pasta machine to about 6 inches across, 5 inches, 6 inches tall. That should do it. On your gold clay, put your silkscreen orange side down and burnish it onto your clay. You can burnish it with your hand or your rolling pin. Using your black acrylic paint and your squeegee tool, you're going to apply your black paint in an even thickness across your silkscreen. Make sure you wash your silkscreen with soap and water directly after use. Pull off the silkscreen from one corner of the project and wash that silkscreen right now. Look at the design that makes. It's amazing. On the black clay, put your stencil down and burnish it with an acrylic rolling pin. Make sure it is burnished on there well. Use the gold mica powder, and with your fingertip, you're going to rub in the mica powder all over the design. Lift off the stencil, and this is the cool design you get. Roll out a black piece of clay and cover an area with the gold mica powder. Take the largest wooden cartouche and stick it down in through the clay so that you have a filled cartouche with your golden mica clay. Trim out the cartouche by flipping it over and trimming the sides with your blade. Make sure the little hole is not covered. On the front of the cartouche, cover the wooden part with some gilder's paste or acrylic paint, and then use the little stamps to create a little design in your clay. Of course, I realized after the fact that I should have painted the cartouche first, and I should have stamped the cartouche first. But you can do it after if you want. It worked out for me. Using your little mini journal as a guide, you're going to cut the black stenciled clay into the size that you need. Make sure that you leave enough room on the side of the mini journal to allow it to turn over, like turn the page. Beware of the book bind. With the gold silk screened clay, you're going to cut out a cartouche shape that is the size you want. I decided I didn't trust myself to cut it out correctly, so I made a little template. My cutout cartouche is about 3.5 inches tall and 1.5 inches wide. I made sure it was the same basic shape as the wooden cartouche. Roll out a strip of black clay, and I'm going to put the texture sheet down over it and push it in. The strip I made was about 1.5 inches wide. Using your fingertip and either the turquoise acrylic paint or the gilder's paste, you're going to lightly cover the raised edges of the strip that you just made with your texture sheet. Add your cutout cartouche shape and add it to the center of your black cutout design. Make sure you press that down to adhere it well. I trimmed the long strip of clay with the turquoise to about 1/2 inch wide, and then I put it around the cartouche shape and secured it down nicely by pressing on it. Add some clear liquid clay or your Bacon Bond to the back of the little wooden cartouche piece and secure that onto your project. Put this on a tile or a sheet of some kind, and you're going to bake it at the manufacturer's recommended time and temperature, and then wait until it cools completely. You're going to take the glue that you prefer. I used Gorilla Glue, and you're going to then attach your baked and cooled project to the front of the journal. As you can see, I left room on the left-hand side for the book bind so that it will turn and open correctly. I decided at the last minute to make a bookmark. So I took all of the different pieces that I had created and I kind of used my blade and my knife to just cut out slices and I put them together. I layered them on top of a black piece of clay, and I also made a little bead from the scraps that were left over from the project. Once I baked and cooled it, I put it together using a little hand drill to make holes in the bottom of the bookmark or top and also through the bead, and I added some turquoise silk sari ribbon. I also decided to add a little dangling bead from the hole in the cartouche. Of course, I realized after the fact that that would have been a lot easier had I done that before I baked it. But it still worked, so I just used a little bit of wire and a little turquoise bead and added it as a dangle. There you have your easy and fun tutorial from the Egyptian box, your little mini journal and bookmark. Don't forget to visit createalong.com for your supplies. You can also subscribe to Passion for Polymer magazine. If you make this tutorial or made something else with your Egyptian box, don't forget to share it with us on our Facebook group. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.